What is going on, everybody? Leslie, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
can
sir. Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
I believe so. I believe so. Oh man, I cannot tell you how long I've been waiting to do this. This has been a show that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, and I could not be more excited than to have Leslie here joining the Kaiju Live channel officially to do this show weekly. We plan on doing this every Wednesday night. What's new in Kaiju? Toys and talk. We're going to be talking about all the new releases, all the new movie news, kind of going down it. Got a fun layout that I hope everyone will like in the style that we're going to do it. And I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in. And Leslie, I want to thank you, man. This is I couldn't be happier. This is so exciting to add this to the Kaiju Live channel. And if I could, since it's the new year, Happy New Year, everybody. I want to talk about what Kaiju Live is going to be turning into for 2026 before we dive into some good stuff. So, if you've been wondering, I'm also very excited to actually bring more Kaiju content to Kaiju Live because, it's Kaiju Live after all, aside from the auction shows, but because we've been doing, gaming on Tuesdays and we have the sports shows on Saturdays. And I'm sure if you've been following us, you've seen a lot of the sports stuff going around for the NFL and the playoffs going in. So this brings more Kaiju focus back to the channel, and what I'm basically turning Kaiju Live into for this year and for the foreseeable future is a fandom network. It's basically, this is now everything that I love is on the table between, the Square Table podcast, which is, pop culture and comics that I do with Avandro. Like we've covered Stranger Things, Welcome to Derry, and we pretty much go through all that stuff. We obviously the auction show is still gonna be around. We'll probably do that once or twice, usually bi-weekly. Although probably nothing this month because I'm sure everyone has their credit card pays bills to pay from Christmas. I'm sure everyone's dealing with that, so I don't think we'll be having any of that stuff. If you're still waiting, I do want to apologize right now. If you're still waiting for the shipping invoices from the Toys for Tots, that's on me. I will get them out this week. I promise. You are getting your stuff. And there is a stack correction. I didn't announce it, but outside of the group, if you were in the Kaiju Live Facebook group, you saw. But what happened was there was a stack correction. So originally I thought we had raised $5,400, but it ended up being that Terry, if he's watching, or Starwind, reminded me that he didn't just pre-order the SpaceGodzilla with XM, he pre-ordered the Godzilla as well. So I had to, and he did not want a refund. He wanted his refund going to charity. So I had to make an additional refund because he did pay in full for both. And that brought us very, very close to almost raising $8,000 for Toys for Tots.
That's what's up.
And it's just unbelievable. I still can't believe it. That was I have no idea how I made it to 2 a.m. I have no idea how most of you all made it to 2 a.m. We still had like 30, 40 people watching. I had Sal on, Tom Whalen. It was wild. But all right, man, I've done enough talking. Let me pass the mic over to you, sir. How are you doing? How's the new year? What do you got?
New Year's fine. Let me just say, it's great to be officially a part of the Kaiju Live family.
Yes.
I'm still part of Collect All Monsters, but AJ came to me about this idea. I was like, you know what? Let's do it, because every time we get together, we have fun conversations, in-depth conversations. We don't always agree, but at least they're fun, entertaining conversations. So I'm looking forward to do a lot with this show and do a lot with Kaiju Live. It went from me just watching the shows several years ago to chiming in every now and then, even causing some ruckus when Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and what I was doing back then.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Then I took a road trip up that way, and you know, hung out with AJ and his family. We met at G Fest prior, and we,
Yeah, that's I
we,
basically came up to you as like a fan. Like
yeah.
I was like, you're Leslie Chambers. I was like, what's up, man? I love your stuff.
And I know I know I was like, thank
you're,
you,
you're like, who
but
the
I
fuck's this
was
guy?
really, you have to realize, like I may be vibrant and energetic when I'm on camera, but like when I get around a whole bunch of people,
Oh
especially
yeah,
those I
yeah.
don't
It's
know, I get really reserved and kind of
yeah.
really introverted. So I didn't mean to come off like, okay, thank you, but I was,
Oh
in the
no.
inside, I was like, wow, great, thank you so much for recognizing me, all the good stuff, but eventually it led to a friendship,
Oh yeah.
and basically we're like family now. So, but
Yes,
yeah, I'm looking
sir.
forward to doing a lot with this show. But I'll showcase two things I got over the Christmas holidays. And you know me, if you know anything about me, as you can see behind me, I more so deal with the realistic stuff when it comes to collectibles. Nothing against the Fubi, but it's not anything I'm interested in. My wife's a different story, but what we see in the movie is what I want to see on my shelf, basically. So I want to first um showcase this X Plus 25 centimeter. I think it's a big exclusive edition of Kong 2024, the Beast Glove.
Let me get you full screen.
Um, oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Go
Yeah,
for
and again, I love Kong unapologetically. I know I'm in a minority when it comes to Team Godzilla, but I love this guy who is quite arguably the star of the Monsterverse. Don't hate me. I'm just speaking the truth. He's definitely the star of Monarch season 2, which we'll talk about later on. But yeah, I was really debating if I want to get this Kong or not because the Star Ace Kong came out a few months ago. And that one was like, but I did want a Kong with the Beast Glove, and I do think this is the better of the two. Nothing against Star Ace, but I wanted to at least get a great representation of Beast Glove Kong, and the S Plus 25 centimeter version is, in my opinion, probably one of the best ones. Haya has a great one. I'm sure there's some others out there, but this is a great, solid representation of Kong from that movie with the Beast Glove. So. Got this from X Plus North America. They had a few in stock, so I jumped on it. So thank you to them for that. And last and certainly but not least, want to give you a shout out to Frank. He might be in the chat, I don't know, but Frank, a great friend of mine that I know through Collect All Monsters, and I met when I went to Japan a couple months ago. He helped secure this figure, and might as well get it out the way right now. I think this is the absolute best figure release X Plus did in the year of 2025. And it's and you know what? It barely made it. It barely made it into the year. It came out like the last week in 2025, so it still qualifies, right? I'm talking about the X Plus 30 centimeter favorite sculptors line of the G Store exclusive of Godzilla Minus One. In my opinion, the best figure release S Plus done last year. And there were some great things, of course, we'll talk about the gigantic SpaceGodzilla, the Sakai 95 last scene, that was a great one. The 25 centimeter 74 Godzilla, that was a great one. But in my opinion, this is the absolute best figure release. But we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, the coloring on that, even though I'm usually a sucker for bluefin, like I typically like my Godzillas to be charging up, but I don't know, all the subtle colors on there, the dark browns and the light browns. I think that one's real, and that's done by what, Black Dragon, right? That's technically
Yes.
that's the original
Yes,
sculptor
yes.
joining.
Yeah, that's they took that sculpt from the kit and made a vinyl interpretation all within last year because the kit came out last year too. So S Plus wasted no time in getting this thing adapted, and that's the cool thing about the favorite sculptors line because again, if you're a model kit guy like me, for me it's a more expensive endeavor to do the model kit thing because I don't have the expertise and the skills to build and paint these things like I want it. So for me, I not only have to buy the kit, I have to find somebody or hire somebody to build and paint it for me. I have to pay to have it shipped to them. I have to pay them to build it and paint it for me. Then I gotta have to pay it for having them ship it back to me. So it's more expensive, but the cool thing about it is model kits cover a long range of monsters that a lot of these companies may not touch or will not touch for whatever reason. Like there's a lack of Mecha King Ghidorah. I got a Mecha King Ghidorah kit. I got a gigantic 1971, 72 Godzilla. There's not too many, representations of him floating out there outside the Megaton. So that's the main reason why I've gotten into model kits. But we'll talk more about my model kit fetish in future episodes.
Garage Kit Goon says, and I have seen this because the Ichiban outside of Xplus, the Ichiban Mecha King Ghidorah release is one of his favorites of the year. Which it looks. Did you grab that yet?
No, I saw it in Japan, and I was going to get it, but I knew I had to figure out how to get it back to the States, and I was like, no. Besides, I already got the Resin Chef 30 centimeter resin model kit of Mecha King Ghidorah. So I'm tiptoeing lightly when it comes to Mecha King Ghidorah, when it comes to shipping. So, but I ain't gonna lie, that thing does look great. So
I didn't want to we didn't really have that on the docket, but just touch on it real quick. Like the Ichiban line, It's crazy how detailed a lot of them are, and the paint jobs are pretty good for the most part. But have you seen? There's that it's from Banpresto or Ichiban or whatever, but there's that new line where it was like SpaceGodzilla, Mecha-Godzilla, and I think Shin Godzilla. And the SpaceGodzilla pictures look bad from what I've seen so far.
Oh, for real?
It looked from the one post that I saw, it literally, I think even the poster had said it looked like a child took a paintbrush to it. Like fantastic sculpt, but and I know the Ichibans are like that a little bit too. Like they're hit or miss. Like you're not getting that Xplus quality paint job. And the price pretty much represents that. But I think the Ichiban line is, dollar for dollar, the best for your money in terms of what you're getting. Because for the most part, you're getting all sculpts from Sakai. A lot of them are reissue sculpts from Sakai. Sakai's doing it, so it's almost like now he does all the essays, MonsterArts. Does a lot of our favorite X Pluses, and now he's killing it with that line. And to get the King Ghidorahs in there are awesome. Did have one question from Rad Reptile. I think he was talking about the Kong. Does the Kong have interchanging heads?
Yes, but the head is downstairs. So
what's the closed mouth? I assume.
Yeah, closed mouth. Yeah. And actually, you know what? You can actually, taking them off. It's easy to take them off. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not.
And that's not a magnet.
No. It's straight.
Wow.
It's a vinyl plug, and it's not too complicated to remove the head and put on the other head. But between the two heads, I like the one where he's roaring. So don't get me wrong. Closed mouth Kong looks irritated, but I think he looks more awesome with the head rolling upwards, and he's obviously designed to go with the 25 centimeter Godzilla 2024. But I'm not the biggest fan of that design, honestly. So, in between the two, I like Kong more, so that's why I didn't get the Godzilla. So, but it is what it is.
We got this question in the chat. The Cybot, and I think we talked about this. The Cybot wasn't a 2025 release, right? That was 2024.
No, that was 2024. That came out.
Because that was going to be on my list.
I want to say, I want to say March or April of 2024. Yeah, that's a 2024 release. Like, far as like the heavy hitters involving X Plus, again, the 25 centimeter 74 Godzilla, the 25 centimeter Fake Godzilla, the favorite products line Odo Island Godzilla for -1, the favorite products line Gigantic Space Godzilla, Sakai 95 last seen. The favorite sculptors line, 30 centimeter Shin Godzilla, the -1 that you just saw, Kong, the 2024 Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla for Star Ace, 2021 came out.
Yeah, you're like an encyclopedia right
last year.
Just banging them out.
The X Plus Gigantic Series 2002, but ain't no way in the world he's gonna make it. I mean, he's cool, but he's got some issues with him. I'm trying to think of any new ones. Bagan. Bagan came out last year. The 30 centimeter Bagan or Bagan.
Is it Bagan or Bagan? I've always said Bagan.
I have Don't get me to line. I don't
Because
know.
now you're saying it like it's bacon, and now I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Like
I don't trust me. I don't know. I mean, I know there are a lot of fans for that design or for that creature.
yeah,
You
that
know,
was
but
actually one that I was I'm a little upset I missed out on because growing up I
right,
loved
yeah,
SuperGodzilla. I love that game. I love that design, that character. I love that he's getting love now, and SuperGodzilla for that
yeah,
matter.
yeah,
So I was a little upset that I wasn't able to grab that release, and it looked beefy. Like that was
yeah,
they didn't care about scale or anything. They were like, we're gonna make a beefy boy, and they
yeah,
did.
yeah. And that's the reason why I didn't go for it because again, I know of Baggin or Bagan or whatever you want to call him, but I'm not a super duper fan of him. Where I was like, you know what, I want to shell out the money to go get it, but at the same time, I know that there was a demand for him from a lot of people. So at least X Plus saw the need to make one for them. So that's great.
All right.
I ain't
Before
knocking it.
I got you. Before you didn't get it though, did you?
No, no.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm running low on space, and now what comes
You're
into
not
my
lying.
collection is something. Yeah, what comes in my collection is something that I really, really want. And now that the tariff situation is out of control, I'm being more strategic and more selective. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
you gotta be.
awesome, dude.
Let me before we dive into our conversations, I want to show off my personal happy moments from Christmas, my Christmas
Cool.
unboxings. So I
Mm-hmm.
did end up scoring the Sakai landing. Oh, let me blow myself up full screen. Sorry, Leslie.
That's great. No, you
Sorry.
got the burner one too. That's great. I got the rebirth.
And this was, I believe, it's gonna do that. Hold on. Show my dirty room back here. Oh, it's still
It's
doing it.
Batman.
Oh my god. Oh, you hate to see this. All right, virtual background. Just gonna
Hey,
keep going.
it looks great.
All
I
right,
can see it. It looks great.
but this I love it. I love the translucentness. I love this pose. I'm a sucker for dynamic poses. So I'm glad to
Mm-hmm.
have this one back in the collection. My I have been downsizing a lot, so very similar. Very selective of what I get, but very happy
Mm-hmm.
to add this. What else do we get here? I got a few things coming in, but I'm so pumped for this. Let's go. This is
That's
that
cool.
Emerald Jade Urban Aztec from Mondo. If
Okay.
you've been watching the channel, I'm a sucker for green. If you've noticed, everything's green. All my stuff's green.
Oh, for
Everything's
real? Okay.
so I had to get this. I just think these are so cool. I'm definitely I have the Ghidra coming soon, and then oh, the Mothra should be coming out. And
Oh
now
yeah.
this one's exciting. This is Kelly's. My so we had this on the auction show, and Kelly was helping us out with that one, and she absolutely loved this thing. Didn't want to sell it at all. Like, so my dad actually picked up another one for her for Christmas, and
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, my camera's going crazy right now. Hold on a second. What is going on?
You can still see it. It still looks great.
Uh-oh.
Well, it
Click off.
was. It did.
Yeah. So this guy's awesome, and I believe it's a glowy too. So Kelly got her
Oh,
first
okay. I was
figure.
going to ask that. Was it glowing?
Yeah, Kelly got her first figure, which is really cool. And then, ladies and gentlemen, this just arrived today. I haven't even taken out. It's that fresh. This is the
Oh,
Nightshade
okay.
84. I actually got this for Abby for Christmas because she loves blue and pink. So she
Oh,
doesn't even
really?
know this
Okay.
came in. I wanted to show this tonight.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's my little Christmas haul. It's definitely
Congratulations, dude.
oh yeah. Oh man. What any of those from you for Christmas or?
Um, the only thing that I mean, I got something else, but I don't want to talk about it. But
Oh,
like
okay.
I said,
All
the
right.
comics from S Plus North America, yeah, it's kind of you know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
S Plus North America with the Kong, and through Frank, I got the -1. Um, because they're starting now to ship in people's hands right now. Because again, because of the tariffs, they're a whole lot more expensive now to get it to the States.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say his name, but a mutual friend of ours, I think you know who he is. He got the 30 centimeter -1, but he got the standard color version from Hobby Search, and he said to get it to his door was $500. That's just, I'm sorry, that's just, and the figure
For
itself was like maybe three.
what figure?
Yes, the -1. It cost him $500 just to get to his door.
That's for just shipping, not that's not total everything.
Everything,
That's just shipping.
everything included. Everything included. Like the figure itself was like maybe like 275, 3. So you're looking at what, almost $200 more just for the fees and for the shipping. Because again, when it hits the States, yeah, I think you have to pay like another fee just to get it to your door. So it's because again they shut off EMS shipping. So you either have to go through a high price carrier like FedEx and DHL, and they're gonna charge out the yin yang. So basically $500 to get to your door, that's gigantic.
I mean,
Figures,
this
prices.
hobby is expensive enough to now have to pay double just to get the stuff. As
Yeah,
that's insane.
yeah.
Before we roll, Wander in the chat is asking if you can show off that gigantic G2000. Can you get to it?
Oh, 2002. Oh, let's see if I can do it without embarrassing myself. Again, it's not the best in the world. I mean, again, it's a cool figure, and I got it in Japan. The reason why I got it in Japan is because it was like maybe 540, in Japan. Whereas if I would had to had this shipped to me when this thing first came out, it would have been like $1,000. And again, it's a cool figure. It's not all the way accurate, mainly because of the face. Like the face kind of looks off to me just a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna
Now,
say the detail looks pretty crisp though.
yeah, but the face is like the main thing that's kind of like throwing me off. That the face not being 100% accurate, that's the reason why I wouldn't pay like $1,000 to get it to my door. Now going to Japan, paying 540 and not have to pay no shipping, no extra fees, and just shoving my duffel bag to bring it home. Yeah, I'll do that. But
That's
aside from that,
that's
I
a
think the
big ass
dorsal
duffel bag.
plates,
I say, but
yeah,
he looks huge. Like, how is he
yeah,
compared to other gigantics? Because he looks.
he's he's like 18 inches tall, so he's not one of the big. Well, he's big. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
he
the
looks a
tallest
big boy.
gigantic is the 89. He's like maybe 20 inches tall,
Okay, so
where
he's a
he's
little
like the
bit.
size of yeah. So he's like the size of the Burning 95. He's like at 18, 18. I mean, it's a again. I'm a sucker for the Millennium designer Godzilla. But again, even though the face, it's okay. I'm not saying it is garbage. I'm not saying that, but they could have done a little bit better with it. But at least the dorsal plates also, like I said, dorsal plates look gorgeous, phenomenal. You know, so
Yeah,
it's
as
it's a great piece, but it could have been better. But
yeah, for me, like that design, I'm very lackluster on. It doesn't do anything for me, mainly because I don't really care for those movies. But I gotta
right,
say, man,
except the GMK, right?
yeah. I'm talking about that design. But I'm just saying, I
Okay,
actually pretty impressed by the crispiness of the details there.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
that
I mean,
Godzilla?
it's
What's that Godzilla '98 back there? Hold on a second. What you got? What other good big
oh
ass stuff
oh
you got back there? What got some?
oh yeah.
Which one's that?
That's the spiral.
Put that shit up. I want to see it.
I can't. He's
Oh,
too
you can't.
big and he's
Oh,
too
I was gonna
heavy,
say it looks like his tail's going through. Yeah.
dude.
Damn.
Again, I'm trying to glorify that thing, but that thing is amazing. This thing is 4 feet long. Like from the tip of his snout to the tip of his tail, 48 inches long.
Damn.
So yeah,
And the
yeah,
how are the
because
glass eyes on it? That was like
perfect,
one of the features I was most
perfect,
excited about. They follow you around and shit.
perfect. Follows me everywhere. It follows me all over the room, and it creeps me out a little bit. But
You
again,
gotta.
I'm not one of these fans that hate that movie. I will say it's a poor depiction of the character of Godzilla, but I've never really visceral or hated like a lot of fans have done over the years. I do believe that the hate for that film was really overblown. I'm not saying that you should stop hating it or stop disliking it. I'm just saying that we should move on from hating it to the point where I've seen actual fans actually act like the movie never existed. act like the film
Yeah,
was
I don't know. I think
so
that's over now.
too. It's no, it's still out there. You just have to
Yeah,
you have to find it. But my
yeah.
point is, I'm trying to get more Godzilla fans to be more vocal if they love that version of Godzilla. The problem with our community is that some people are so gatekeepy that if somebody even attempts to say something positive about the '98 Godzilla, you've seen it. Like they'll get talked about, ridiculed, mocked, and I don't think that's right. I think that I know a lot of Godzilla fans got their start as a Godzilla fan from the '98 Godzilla. It made them want to watch the older movies. So that alone, right there, should, in my opinion, should be a sign that maybe we should ease back on the hate just a little bit,
No,
just a little
no,
bit.
no. Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm about ready. If you've seen me like I'm staring at my other computer screen, trying to get this all up. Try to get this as automated. I'm very excited to share with you. I worked a lot on this, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, without further ado, although I'll probably mess it up. Hold on a second. Let me. All right. So this is how we're gonna do this at What's New in Kaiju. If you're familiar with sports and if you ever watch PTI, pardon the interruption. We have our topics on the side. We're gonna run through them. You know what? Let's see. Leslie? What do you think the timer should be? I haven't figured out. I was thinking 2 minutes, but I'm like that might be too short. What do you think? What's it? 4 minutes?
I think
5?
2 minutes is good.
2 minutes? You think we could do it? All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can do it in 2 minutes. Like, let's test ourselves.
Okay. All right. Let's test ourselves.
Because then when we have a week where we have like maybe a few topics, then we can go longer. But yeah, with these many topics, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Let me get this other layout ready. So we're gonna kick off with the prime one, before we even show off some pictures. So we got the gigantic 91, based off of the poster. Leslie, what do you got on it, man? That's
the thing. It does look great, but I have to say it to me it looks better in poster form. It's just with the wings of Ghidorah looking all the way it is. It's just. I'm not saying that they did a bad job translating from the poster to a 3-dimensional piece. I do like the poster better. But I have to say also, I am a little bit biased because that's like one of my least favorite overall posters. Now, if he did the one for Mothra or Destroyah, oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I think based on the video that I did see, it's in Japanese, but I think Destroyah is mentioned. So I think they are going to do the Destroyah poster, or at least a variation of it. But it does look great. I ain't gonna lie. The piece does look great. If you got the money for it, if you got the space for it, that's even more so important. Hopefully by then the terror situation will be under control. Because God forbid what that shipping bill is going to be. But I say it's a great piece. It's a great piece.
All right. Even though we just cheated a little bit, just starting off, we're gonna do it now. I think.
Okay.
There it goes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the. There we go. All right. So I'll keep coming back to it, but I want to pop up this shot right here.
Okay.
While we're on the side. You telling me you complain about wings right now? Like you can't be serious. This thing's like what, 83 centimeters tall from the top of the wings. It's almost picture perfect, especially with the goddamn submarine. Like again, I have no idea where I'm gonna put this. I don't care. I will find somewhere to. I don't care if I gotta build a shed outside. And if this is what Prime 1 is doing, for like if they're gonna go and make all the posters, like this is a great one to start with. But I'm with you, man. Mm-hmm. I hope this turns into a line. Like, this is something that I think would be unbelievable. And you kind of saw it with Diamond. Diamond was trying to do that. They made like the vinyl Godzilla and Rodan, but I don't think they sold well enough to finish the poster. So like that was kind of a start. And I love that, just the attempt of it. And Red Reptile says apparently it has interchangeable heads. What are they going to actually put like a realistic Godzilla head on it? Interesting. But this, for me, like, Oh man, we only got 37 seconds. Hold on. I gotta put the other one up. Hold on.
You're getting it, so it don't matter. It don't matter. You're getting it.
Yeah.
Oh God, where's Kelly? Where's Kelly at?
Shh.
Okay.
All right, and then there's this big boy. Hold on, what are we on the timer? Oh no. 8 seconds. We're failing. Boys. What do you feel on this? We'll add another 2 minutes to the clock.
I'll tell you what, it looks good, but again, like I just mentioned earlier, not the biggest fan of the evolved Godzilla design. I don't like the spikes.
Really?
I don't like him being. I don't.
Oh.
I'm sorry. They should have kept him the way it was. I don't like him being slim. I don't like that angular thing on the tip of his tail. One of my least favorite Godzilla designs. Now I know why they did it, because they wanted to sell more toys, obviously. But in my opinion, this was a step down in terms of his design.
Breaking my heart right now. Breaking my heart. Oh my God.
You hired me, so it's what you're gonna get from me. So
now, I will say I'm not a big fan of this statue. I believe it's a 90 centimeter, by the way, or something absurd. So this is a big boy.
Yeah.
But for me, the pose just doesn't do enough for me. Like honestly, I like the Xplus where he's almost doing the 62 hug me pose. You know, I dig that. This one, I don't know, just not dynamic enough, just very plain Jane, other than I'm sure the massive size of it, which if you saw some of the Primal had their showcase, like it's an impressive and obviously going to turn some heads, but I just, you know, I love the design. I'll go out there and say, like, I hope in the new movie, which we'll talk about a little bit later, like they keep the design, but I want his spikes to go back to blue, if that's even possible, or you know, his normal traditional color spikes. But I don't know, or make him green. Let's do it. Fucking do it. All right.
You want a green Godzilla to remind you of Godzilla 2000? Is that what you want? I didn't think so.
Wow. You had to go there. Okay. So we definitely missed out on that one. So now Prime 1's done. All right, up next we got Xplus. All right, so I'm gonna since we failed there, I'm gonna change it to we'll set it for 4 minutes.
Okay.
That seems gives us about 2 minutes each, maybe. Maybe that's more our speed. Okay. Experimenting.
Okay. Red Reptile says shots fired.
Yeah. Okay, up next we have, where are you? And why didn't that start? Hey. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties already. You hate to see this. Oh, there we go. Okay. 4 minutes and counting. Godzilla Jr.! This dropped on Christmas? I think they were just like, oh, you didn't spend enough money. Let's drop this pre-order on Christmas or the day after Christmas. What are your takes on this, man? Yeah.
It looks great. I'm glad that they finally are doing a proper Junior. Again, we got the adult Junior earlier last year in the summer. But I've always wanted Xplus to do a proper, juvenile, you want to call it Junior. And they finally, are doing it. And, it caused quite a stir on Christmas Day. And it's like everybody was, opening gifts for their families. All of a sudden they look at their phones and they say this thing going up, and it's like, oh my God, finally, It just shows that Xplus still has some life left in them. I know a lot of people are very critical, me included, of the, it seems like tons and tons of reissues that we didn't ask for. But it's nice that we get some new blood. So the Junior looks great. The only thing I wish they would have done, I wish they would have made a standard release too. Because a lot of people have been asking for Junior for years. So, and Xplus, I'm sure, is well aware that there's a huge demand for that Junior. But from what I understand, this is going to be a Rick exclusive release. It's not going to have a standard.
Well, they put it on the North American site, so you were able to get it.
You able to get it? But still,
Yeah.
you
Unless it's sold out already, but
also,
it was on the North American Xplus site, so it wasn't just the Japanese rig.
but the thing, you couldn't get it from Hobby Search either. So
Oh
it
no,
was
no, no.
still like
Yeah,
a
I think it
limited.
was. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a. I get what you're saying now. No,
Yeah,
it
it was a
wasn't a
limited
full
release.
release.
I wish they could have done like a standard release with just Junior by himself, and then maybe with the rig, maybe come with a weaponized Super X3, because they've only done the Super X3 only once. And that was with the gigantic Frozen 95, and that was many years ago. Instead of repackaging and giving us the same Super X3 you put with that figure, just repackage it, give us a weaponized one with the laser coming out of the front or the missiles coming off the top. Put that with Junior. I'm sure that would have enticed a lot of people to go for the Rick if they would have done so. But that's the
Now,
only nitpick I have with that release. Other than that, it's great.
now I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go out on a little limb. So I see how he's roaring up, right? I think, and we've already gotten the Black Dragon Burning Godzilla and Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I believe the crab form too, right? Yes. They did really sad.
Yes.
So he's roaring up, and we know who beats the shit out of this boy. So I'm going to say, probably not too far away, we are getting the second stage flying Destroyer to pair with this guy, and I guarantee they'll be in scale. Now, does that change your mind? Because I'm saying I look at that pose, and he's looking up at something. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence, but I already got the kit, so more likely I will get that Junior, because I already got the Destroyer kit, so more likely I will get that Junior. More likely, if it's coming out in June, I'll just get it at G-Fest. I'm going to G-Fest this year, so more likely I'll just get it there. I know I may have to pay a little bit more for it, but again, if that Destroyer does not come out, you also have some other options on your hands. Considering how they are marketing it as 10 inches tall, which is fine, but he should pair well with the gigantic 95, because if you look at the movie, whenever they were on screen together, Junior was half his size. And like I just mentioned earlier with the Burning 95 gigantic, he's 18 inches tall, so that could roughly work. You could also put him with the aggregate form from the Favorite Sculptors line. That should probably work too. So get Junior.
Yeah, get Junior, boys. I can't wait. That was pretty much it for X Plus. Right before we move on, there really wasn't anything else new. I think there was that there's that new series. What is that? The Kaiju War series. A new Destroyer in that line. I think that was
Kaiju
the
Final Wars. Yeah. Like the last X Plus I remember making a splash besides Junior up to that point was when they announced the 30 centimeter 98 Godzilla. A lot of people went crazy over that. But I'm sure we can talk about that on a future episode. Because I think more likely we'll probably see it fully painted in Wonderfest in a few weeks if I'm a betting man. So,
which, if you follow our sports show, we're terrible bettors. So don't do that. All right, up next, SH MonsterArts, which SH MonsterArts on high. I'm going to combine the articulated section into one. Start off by saying I do not collect them, and I don't believe Leslie does either, right? Don't collect any.
Really, I got one recently, and that was the Godzilla 2000. But ordinarily, I'm not really a big collector of SH MonsterArts. I try to get into the line.
Out of all the ones, that's the one you had to get and show it on the show, huh? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, I know that's where you and I differ. You hate Godzilla 2000. I love the design.
Okay, hold on.
Movie.
Yeah, I don't hate the design. I do dig the design. I do like the maquette better. I wish that was actually in the movie.
Ooh.
Oh, what? You don't like the maquette?
Well, we differ on that too. I can't wait till we do a show.
Yeah, we have to do a whole. We have to do a whole Godzilla 2000. All right, but up first, let me get that timer going. All right. Now I know if Action Creature's still with us, this has a lot of people excited. This is the Final Wars. They just reissued, but it came with it's not Atragon, right? Or was that Gotengo? Right?
Gotengo, yes.
Yeah. But
an updated Gotengo, yeah.
And now they teased obviously Kaiser Ghidorah, which I'm not a huge fan of personally. I think Monster X was such a better character, or monster, whatever. Whereas
Yeah.
you went from a super anime mobile character to this, it literally
Four-legged
looked.
horse.
Yeah, it literally looked like two guys in a horse costume struggling to move around. And you're like, oh, okay. Wow. So I think in the world of reissues, especially with the pandemic that's been happening, the pandemic that happened, that's been kind of a lot more. You've been seeing that a lot more across every company. Everyone's trying to make a little bit more on reissues, probably to just what's the word I'm looking for? Balance themselves out, balance their checkbook, so to speak. But again, new release, so that's pretty exciting. I'm not, but speaking of reissues, they are reissuing and our boy Junior. The Junior and Destroyah set is coming out again, which is pretty cool. You get, 2 crabs in the flyer. And I believe this actually has some accessories too, action if you're there. I believe it comes with like the long mouth to go at Junior, which is cool. But now my favorite release, and we got 2 minutes left. I gotta get the counter down on here to drum up.
Hey, you good? Because I'm not getting SH MonsterArts, so you can take the whole segment out, as far as I'm concerned.
This has been controversial, but also one, I love this design. Tiamat, I wish we saw way more of in the Monsterverse. Instead of Godzilla just showing up like, hey, what's up, bro? I need your energy. So
I need your energy.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get it. So I hate to do this, but it's got to be done. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people were thrown off that this version or this release of Tiamat is green. And instead, everyone's so used to the comic book, and I believe even the spiral is purple, the purple and blues. So that got a ton of stuff going out about it. But if you're a fan of Haya, Haya is going to absolutely make a second version. Because if I had any knock on Haya, it's literally their figures are awesome. I don't know if you've seen the GMK that just dropped or now is starting to trickle out into collectors.
Yes.
Dude, it's phenomenal. Like, the Haya figures are, especially with the tail action that they have, are so good that it's making me even consider getting like a couple of the Godzillas here. And the GMK looks phenomenal. But if you're my biggest knock on Haya is we got 40 seconds. Oh my god, we're clicking it down. Is it's been taking so long for their releases to actually hit customers that by the time people even get the first one, they've already announced 2 or 3 others. Like even the Kong.
In the chat.
What's up? Even like the Kong. They just released the Kong 2.0, but the first one hasn't hit.
Right.
You're just like, okay. And the same thing with GMK. GMK just finally is starting to hit people, but they already announced a bluefin. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I said GMK and Sandra, her ears chimed and time's up. We got to move on. All right, take another one off the board. Now this one, I don't know how you feel about it, Leslie, but this one strikes a beautiful chord with me. If you were a fan of Mighty Max back in the day, or even the Trendmaster Godzilla sets, these ones definitely bring that vibe. And damn, my pictures kind of look shitty. I hate to see that, but it is what it is.
You're still gonna get it, so it don't matter.
All right, timer's up. If you guys have seen these things, so these are basically, again, Mighty Max or the Trendmasters. So these heads will open up to reveal a miniature diorama playset. The Burning Godzilla comes with the Super X3. Destroyah. Like, look at that, man. Look at that. You're telling me I don't know. You're not into that? You're not into that, man? That doesn't do anything for you? The little kid inside you, nothing?
I'm just happy to see you happy.
You're like, get this fucking kid shit off the screen.
I'm like, I'm happy. As long as you're happy, I'm just happy along with you. That sounds so boring to say. But I'm sorry.
And to jump on the junior train, still, one of the cool pre-order things is the pre-order will come with a Godzilla Junior, which I think is pretty cool. So they're doing some cool stuff with here. I forget what the first set was. I think it was Biolante, but these are really cool. I do have a question that I want to address since we got 2 minutes and you have nothing to say about it. Oh, unbelievable.
No, you can say it for me.
Action X is we're gonna get that in the shop. So one of the other things that's happening with Kaiju Live going forward is the Kaiju Live shop. Outside of inventory that I already have and auction pieces, there will be no more new pre-orders or any of that. No new live pre-orders hitting KaijuLive.shop. It's just, again, with the tariffs and all shipping up in the air, it's just not in the cards for now. We're gonna be focusing on Kaiju Live, the channel. Kaiju Brooklyn will be our first show vending at, which I'm super excited about. Hope everyone in here can make it, Leslie, yourself included. And
absolutely,
you know, I think that's going to be a great show, and I can't wait to do more of stuff like that. Just some local events, connecting with the people and stuff. But all right, but back to this. Am I the only one in here? No one cares. No one cares about these things, man. No one in the chat.
Happy that you're happy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I guess we'll cut this one short because no one cares. We left a minute on the clock. You hate to see it.
I mean, you care. So, I mean, that's
I'm really into it. Like I the only thing I'm not into is the price. That's the thing. Like these are, you know, they're going after the nostalgia of these toys of yesteryear or toys you grew up with.
Right. Yeah.
And these things were $12 at KB Toys. Now I think the pre-orders for these are like 150 or 300 for the set or something like that. So
yeah,
you know, I look at this and this is something I want to play with.
Right.
So like, if it's $300, I don't know if I want to open it up and play with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like
that's the unfortunate catch-22. But hey, you're happy, so that's what it matters.
Yes. I just got my kids Polly Pockets for Christmas. I would have bought these. Yes, Des. All right, we'll time that one out. Now, Leslie, put in the Kaiju Live group. If you're not part of the Facebook group, definitely join that up because we're going to be interacting in the Kaiju Live group to bring a lot of stuff into this show for these kind of segments. And Leslie brought in the Xplus 2025 figure of the year, and there were some contenders. I think we had about, I tallied it all up, I think there was about 50-ish votes, 40 to 50 votes.
Which is not bad considering that I posted 48 hours ago.
Pretty much. But hey, you know, I appreciate you guys voting. And before we get to the winner, we want to go. Leslie showed up, gave me some of his runner-ups in here, and let's get those on the screen. Hold on, let's get the clock going. Now this is Leslie's time to shine. This is it. 4 minutes, sir. So absolutely beautiful picture. Like just beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Yeah, take it away. So this is one of the runners up.
No, in my opinion, that should be figure of the year.
Well, that's not what the group said, man.
I don't care what the group said. That's what I'm saying. This, in my opinion, is the best Xplus figure release of the year. I don't care if it was a collaboration with Black Dragon. The SpaceGodzilla that we I'm sure we'll talk about. That's a collaboration with the Mega Beast, but it's still an Xplus release.
Yeah, it's FSL. I mean, that's still an Xplus.
Yeah, and there's some stiff competition. I'm not saying that this thing didn't have stiff competition, but to me, in my opinion, nothing wowed my socks off in 2025 more than this guy. So that gets number one for me.
And this is also the
This,
Shin from Black Dragon, right?
yeah, the favorite sculptors line Shin. Yeah, the 30cm favorite sculptors line Shin. When I thought I was done with Shin Godzilla was like, no, dude, no, we got more for you to grab. And in my opinion, I think this is second best for me. It is something about Shin Godzilla, like that, the red and black, or if you got the Rick with the red and purple and an alternate head. Either way, this thing it really is amazing. I think more people are starting to get them now, but yeah, this would be second best for me.
Did they do multiple releases of this? Like, I'm assuming there's a purple one with the split jaw.
Yes, they did. They did 3 separate releases for not only Shin but -1. The one you saw, the G-Store exclusive, was painted in the sunset colors when he first appears in Ginza. Then there was the standard -1 colors, like the standard -1 30cm Xplus did, I think last year before. Then there was a Rick exclusive where the paint scheme was a little bit darker, but they gave it blue translucent dorsal plates and have a little blue spray in its mouth. With Shin Godzilla, they have the red standard that you just saw. The standard where you can have alternate heads, where you can display the head like that, or when it's awakening and it's roaring, whatever. And the bottom half of his body is black and red, and the dorsal plates in his tail is purple. Then they made it like an all straight translucent purple one to coincide with the Godzilla, the art exhibition that happened over the summer. That came out actually first. So those were the 3 that came with the either release. So, and number 3 for me, a lot of people forget, like, this one came out really, really early last year. And a lot of times when you have some great awesome stuff that come in later on that year, it's really easy to forget the early contenders that came out earlier that year. But I remember a lot of people going crazy for this, and one of the very few times, like, again, the reason why I kind of like stayed away from Omega Beast, because even though they're stylized, I'm not a big fan of their stylized sculpts sometimes. Now, I'm happy they exist, but their stylization sometimes is just too much for me. But this is one of the few times where I think they actually got the monster right from the movie. And this was a solid release. So that would get
I really like that. I really like the extra there. I guess we can't call them Rick extras, right? Because it's not.
Yeah, you can, because the original Omega Beast one, because the reason why Xplus partnered with Omega Beast, because they couldn't really sell this outside of Japan, for what I understand. So they partnered with Xplus, so they could do that. But the original Easy Hobby Omega Beast Odo Island Godzilla had like saliva in his mouth where you could put into his mouth or take it out if you want to. I think it came with a dorsal plate or something. But Xplus didn't want to, I guess, do a carbon copy of those accessories, so they got this little mini base of the fish with their intestines popping out. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the movie, you know exactly where that comes from.
Yeah, I love that's a really cool extra. But all right, let's get to our winner, and it was close because it came down to it was the winner, and then believe it or not, the 25cm Godzilla 74 got just as many votes as the FSL Godzilla -1. I believe they came in at 10. Let's check the final numbers. Let's see. We did that before we get crazy. Don't want to be called frauds.
Man, I love that figure. I'm sorry. I'm just staring at it. I just love that thing so much. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Let's go to the. Okay. Yeah, the FSL had 10 votes. The -1. Someone backed out of the Godzilla 74. Now it only has 9 votes. And then the winner of the Kaiju Live Xplus Figure of the Year poll is this bad boy, the FSL Gigantic Space Godzilla. Now,
I knew it.
When you say some stylizations don't hit you, for me, this one doesn't hit me. I love everything about it except for the face. But from pictures that I've seen, from the pictures I've seen though of it in people's collections, the presence that it has, it definitely has a presence. So like, if you dig the stylizations on this, I could definitely see why you would pick this to be figure of the year. But
Right.
I mean, because it's size. I mean, 55 centimeter. He's a big boy, and I do love the. I'm a big sucker for curling up tails to save that shelf space. So I do love the design there. Did you end up
also,
getting this?
Forget,
or no?
No. The reason why I didn't get it because what you just said, the face looks too wild out for me. But I do recognize that a lot of people are really going crazy over this thing, and when they were saying that they think it's going to be figure of the year, even though I wasn't a fan of it, I'm like, you know what, I can see that. And also to coincide, last year was really the year of SpaceGodzilla merch, since there were rumblings and we got confirmation that he's going to be the new big baddie in the next Monsterverse film. Once that happened, they started producing SpaceGodzilla merch like it wasn't nothing. So this is probably the best one that came out last year when it comes to SpaceGodzilla. So I'm mad at this.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, gigantic figures. Typically, I would say gigantic figures usually take figure of the year. Just because, I mean, let's be honest, they are usually some of the best figures there are. But
I don't know, because in 2019, when the Xplus Gigantic Series 89 Godzilla came out, the Sakai 2002 beat him. In 2020,
that was a beautiful.
When the gigantic Mechagodzilla 74 came out, the Sakai 84 beat him.
And we knew that was bullshit, though.
The
only reason, and I remember this, the only reason why that shit won is because that was when all the shipping was like going crazy, and no one actually had the Mechagodzilla Gigantic, so no one could actually say if it was figure of the year or not because no one got it. Everyone paid for the shipping, but they never got the figure. So that was rigged. It was rigged.
Yeah, but oh well.
Man.
I'm still pissed over that. I haven't gotten over that one. But yeah, Xplus, put out some great stuff last year, and it's, we already got some great stuff coming that we already know with Junior and the '98 Godzilla, and I'm sure we'll get some more reveals come when the festival, probably the Super Festival, because Super Festivals happen this weekend too. So, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah. So we definitely went over the time limit there, but it was well worth it.
Oh yeah, it's well worth it.
Yeah. So this was so that brings us to our next segment. Oh no.
Oh boy. Already.
Now, we're gonna gloss over this. I don't even think we need the full 4 minutes. I think we'll be all right.
Look at my face.
But I do want to shout out Kaiju United. Definitely check out KaijuUnited.com. That's where I'm actually pulling this information from.
Right.
A sponsor of partnership sponsor over Love Jacob. So definitely, if you haven't checked them out or don't even know what Kaiju United is, definitely check them out on their socials. Kaiju United. They're pretty much, it should just be Kaiju United across everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. But obviously their website, KaijuUnited.com. So now this that we're going to talk about now, this is the new anime coming out, and this isn't exactly breaking news, but it did drop in December. So I'm trying to cover most of the news from December to kick this show off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. What do you got on this? Do you have any? Did you even watch Singular Point? Do you even give a shit about anime? Do you care about cartoons?
I do, but they have to interest me first. And I have not touched the anime trilogy. I have not.
Oh, you never even watched any of it?
I don't care. I haven't watched any of it. Now, I did watch half of the first episode of Singular Point, and I felt dumber. Wow. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't get through this. And again, that's why, because again, Angie and I, we've been really close for these past several years. And when Singular Point came out, he would not shut up about how.
I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Loved it.
He said, I'm paraphrasing here. He said, this was the best thing Toe ever did ever since GMK.
I think I did say that.
I think you did say that. And I'm sitting here like
yeah, okay, no, you can fade me. It's fine. That's fine.
Well, but for one, I'm not a big anime fan, so I'm not in the market for it anyway. So I'm really indifferent to it. I'm not going to watch it. It's not anything that I'm interested in, honestly. But again, it's maybe I'm just too old.
What?
I'm
Well,
just too set in my ways.
well,
But
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that was, I think, kind of the thing was, I don't think a lot of Godzilla fans or the core Godzilla fans really, um, I don't know. I don't think they really care much for anime in general. But at the same token, Singular Point, as much as I love it, is very hard to digest because it is a ton of science exposition mumbo jumbo a lot of the times. And there aren't any really great like monster fights. It's more a lot of really cool designs and concepts that I really appreciated from the show. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then the original Godzilla trilogy is absolute dog shit. So, we're not doing well on the Godzilla anime train. But now that brings us to this one. And it's weird because this is also from Igloo Studio, who did Singular Point. It's part yeah, like they worked on Singular
So
Point. So I'm gonna take that as Singular Point is never getting a season 2, which sucks because if
I
you
was gonna
watched it,
say, like, they can do this, but they can do a season 2 of Singular Point. Like,
yeah,
isn't
it
that what
sucks
most people want nowadays?
because they left left us on a cliffhanger with Mechagodzilla. So that one
Right.
hurts.
Yeah.
That one hurts.
Even I know about that.
And I will say probably one of the best Mechagodzilla designs I've ever seen because it combines like all of them into it takes the best aspects of all of them into one awesome design, and I guess we'll never see it
Yeah.
do anything. So this is
Yeah.
about a kid that has Godzilla powers. That's pretty much all the info released on this. It's just a story about a boy who wields the power of Godzilla. Is he human or is he Godzilla itself? I don't know.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
I'll watch it because Abby will probably like it. Although, again, is this going to be geared towards adults? Is this going to be adult anime, or is it going to be more towards like kids? Because again, I still haven't even watched Gamera Rebirth because the cursing
Oh,
is outrageous, and I
yes,
want to
it
watch it with
is.
my daughter, which is weird to me because when I think of Gamera, I think of kid friendly. So very weird that I haven't got a
Rebirth is
chance.
not.
Yeah, Rebirth. Dude,
Rebirth
the
is
first like
not.
10 minutes, I was like, holy shit, I thought I cursed a lot. God damn.
Not only just that, but the kaiju action where Gamera and the monsters fight, and yeah. So I understand you being in super daddy mode and want to be protective for not having your children
Yeah,
experience that, but
it's too much. Like, if it was like every now and then, but it was like, man, they were
it was nonstop.
they were flying off the radar there.
Yeah, I thought Richard Pryor was related to them the way they were cussing. Like, okay. Granted,
Oh
you know
man.
what? We joke about that, but honestly, that's how kids they talk. So at least it's a reflection of society as it
Yeah,
is.
like I get that. I am not going to sit here and say I don't curse all the time. In fact, even on these
I,
shows, while I try to reserve it, but in person, man, I am
yeah,
probably that camera show. But again,
you,
I have
yeah,
to be a
you let loose.
responsible parent. Uh,
At least try to anyway.
yeah,
We all
exactly.
try to.
Yeah, at least try. Give it the best, my best effort. All right, but now that we got the anime out of the way,
Okay.
not to totally shit on it. But up next, one of the final topics here, Godzilla vs Kong Supernova. The big rumor, and honestly, I don't really know if it's a rumor at this point anymore, but SpaceGodzilla looks to be coming to the Monsterverse. So
Okay.
let's see. Do you hope the rumors are true? And if they are true, what do you want to see? And are you happy that it's SpaceGodzilla, or would you have preferred something else?
I'm fine with anything at this point. I don't have a preference. I do kind of wish that Ghidorah would have stuck around a little bit longer. But Space Godzilla, um, as I mentioned to you earlier, or yeah, I think it was yesterday. At this point, Space Godzilla can't go nowhere but up. I mean, if y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about that film. Even though I think Space Godzilla is the best thing about that movie from 1994. So the idea of a MonsterVerse Space Godzilla is really intriguing, and at least it should make Team Godzilla happy because I know y'all been really critical. The last two Monsterverse films have been Kong focused. So, and considering what the last shot in New Empire, like Kong's story is over. Like he has nothing left to do. I mean, it's great he's gonna be in this movie, but I suspect that he's not gonna be the focal point. It should be Godzilla because again, I can respect the fact that the last two movies have been Kong focused, so it should shift back to Godzilla. This time. I'm just wondering how they're going to bring them back together to fight Space Godzilla. Like I mentioned, we did a Tours for Tots thing a couple of years ago. I'm not a couple of years, shoot, a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of years ago.
In the New Empire, Kong had to ask Godzilla for help and almost got his butt whooped for it. I don't see Godzilla. He's too pride. He got too much pride to really ask anybody for help. I think if anything, Kong's going to see the Earth's in danger. He's going to like, well, I guess I have to fight alongside him to get the job done. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really intrigued to see what they would do with a MonsterVerse Space Godzilla. Because in my opinion, they've done great with the interpretations of the kaiju thus far. Like Godzilla's awesome, Kong's awesome, Mothra's awesome, Ghidorah. My God, I think that's the second best Ghidorah in the history of the franchise. In my opinion, Rodan, I'm iffy about, but for the most part, they've done real well.
So iffy about the design or what they did with them? Because I think the Rodan design's like the best. Rodan
design is great. How he's treated, like
yeah. They treat him like a bitch.
To Ghidorah, him bowing to Ghidorah. I'm not a big fan of that.
They were like,
but,
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like again, Rodan's part of the Big Five. He should not be treated like the giant condor. But that's another story from the time. But back to the original question, yes, I'm intrigued what they'll do with Space Godzilla. What about you?
I think it's definitely more than a coincidence that all of a sudden there's been a lot of Space Godzilla merch across everywhere. Obviously, the figure of the year, the Space Godzilla from Omega Beast. Mondo's had Space Godzilla variants. I believe Bandai just announced a new Toho movie Masa series, Space Godzilla. So Space Godzilla's
right 2.0.
Yeah, like a new sculpt, not just a rehash of the old one. So they've definitely been hyping up the Space Godzilla train, and then obviously there was the big leak that we had even broke news on, as a lot of outlets did, that it was in the Writers Guilds of America dropped the Space Godzilla trademark. So I'm excited. Space Godzilla for me was is one of my favorites, just based off of the game. Super Godzilla, they use that design to create Space Godzilla. So it's just a design that I've always loved. I actually like that movie, even though it's absolute trash, because I just like Space Godzilla. And I like Little Godzilla too. Screw the haters. Little Godzilla for life.
I love him.
But yeah, the movie itself is bad. But Space Godzilla, I think, as a villain is awesome. And we ran out of time, but I don't care. I'm going to rant. All right, it's my show.
I agree.
You know what? I'm going to... Hold on. I'm going to throw up another 4 minutes. Okay? We're not done. What I like, when I think of, especially if they bring like his telekinesis powers into play, like if he actually keeps that ability and isn't just a carbon copy of Godzilla with shells, spikes and crystals and whatnot.
Right.
If they give him his ability to fly and all that stuff, he's gonna look insane. Like I feel like this might actually turn up to be the Monsterverse's version of Destroy All Monsters, except instead of King Ghidorah, it's Space Godzilla. Because if this guy's actually got TK powers and can fly and has Godzilla's beam, I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, especially with the special effects that they'll be able to do, the fight scene should be insane. Like, he should be literally dog walking almost like 4 kaijus at once. So Godzilla better ask for some damn help, because I got a feeling he's going to get his ass walloped. Which, that's what I mean. I really hope we get Rodan and Mothra to return. they really should bring every monster that they've teased in any of these movies or even the TV show, which we'll talk about in a second. But this would be the perfect
Yeah.
opportunity to show, one, how powerful SpaceGodzilla is, and really make this more of like an apocalyptic event. I feel like that was the one thing. Well, there was a couple things, but one of the things that I didn't really care for with New Empire was they tried to make Shimu like a, the end of the world or the next ice age, and it just didn't. The stakes never felt
You
that
don't get
high.
that.
Yeah,
don't
like
get that.
it just didn't. It just didn't feel that high. It just never got that. So whereas SpaceGodzilla, I feel like when
He be Thanos.
when he gets to Earth, like he should be able to literally handle some kaiju very easily to get Godzilla's attention. And then I also
Right.
wonder like how because SpaceGodzilla was basically made between like Biollante and Mothra, right? Essentially, that was kind of their little, I don't know, the dust particles or
More so
whatever you want to call
Biollante.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, more so
Like-
Biollante.
So I wonder what's gonna be the catalyst for how SpaceGodzilla is created. I hope it's something a little bit more deeper than how he obtained the energy from the from the Hollow Earth. We just upload that shit via Wi-Fi, no big deal. So hopefully it's something a little bit more cooler in the realm. Although I wonder if SpaceGodzilla already technically exists, because if they're bringing back some of those cave paintings, there's clearly a Godzilla that flies in the cave paintings. Has like wings and all that. So it's like, is that SpaceGodzilla? So is he coming back?
Crystals in the Hollow Earth. There are crystals in the Hollow Earth, so that's a tie-in too. Like, how did those crystals get there? Like, that wasn't really explained in New Empire. So how did they get there?
There's a lot of stuff not explained in any. Like, they just threw a lot of shit to the wall. I just happen to love all of it.
I think that's what Monarch is for, to kind of fill in those dots.
Yeah, which brings us to how we'll finish the show. Monarch season 2 has been announced. There was a small teaser that actually showed Godzilla, but let's be honest. This is gonna be, as they've shown, this is gonna be more of a Kong show, because if you're unfamiliar with where it ended, it ended with them kind of like time.
Look at that sexy.
Yeah, look at that boy. They kind of like, what was it? I guess it would be time travel, right? No, I don't know. There's a lot of crazy shit. Yeah, there's a lot of between that. I forget what they called it. It wasn't the Hollow Earth. It was like that in between before the Hollow Earth.
Was it Axis Mundi or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly forget the name.
Where you're there and like 2 years have transpired while you're there for 5 minutes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how they explain the Kurt Russell's character's age.
Why Godzilla disappeared in between. Yeah.
So what's cool about this show, and one of the things that I'm looking forward to that I absolutely hated in the movies, was how they got rid of Skull Island. I absolutely hated that they were just like, oh, well, there was a giant flood because of King Ghidorah and it's gone. Like, what? So I hope this leads up to that, and at least we get that kind of devastation, or maybe even see Ghidorah like in the show in some capacity. Because I thought that was one of the things that I was most excited about when it was first announced that they were doing Godzilla vs. Kong in general, was that they like the ability to make Skull Island Monster Island. And that would be like, the Monsterverse's version of Monster Island. And then it was just like, nah, it's gone.
Right.
It's like, what? Why would you do that?
Right. Yeah.
Like I did not understand, that was as baffling to me as killing Breaking Bad in the first Godzilla. It was just like, what do you mean? Why?
Right. You know what? In my head canon, what I would like to see, because again, they don't really explain in Godzilla versus Kong, like what really happened. Like they just said the storm that protected the island and hid it from the outside world was the cause of the island being destroyed. I was like, but what happened that caused that to happen? In my head canon, when I'm trying to piece it together, I think that in 2019, after Godzilla and King Ghidorah fight for the second time, and the Oxygen Destroyer is fired, and Godzilla goes away, but yet King Ghidorah's unharmed, and he goes and he summons all the Titans and to do their thing. But it's interesting. I know the graphic novels mention something about this, but I don't really follow the graphic novels. But if it was my head canon, Kong was really the only alpha male that didn't respond to Ghidorah. So in my head canon, I think Ghidorah went to Skull Island to confront Kong to find out why you didn't show up like everybody else, which caused that storm to perpetually be over the island. I want to see a brief skirmish between Kong and King Ghidorah. It may not end well for Kong. I know
like,
that.
come on, man. Yeah. You already seen
But
that
the
boy get his
idea
ass
of seeing
kicked so
Kong
many
and
times.
King Ghidorah, yeah, well, I give you that. But the idea of seeing Kong and Ghidorah together, which is something we have never seen before. We have never seen King Kong and Ghidorah together on screen. Now you have an opportunity where you have both of the monsters in the same universe. Like, I would like to see that, And then afterwards, maybe Ghidorah flies off and he goes to Boston or Washington, D.C., where he ends up going before Godzilla gets revived. But I do like that Monarch Season 2 is going to be more Kong focused. Because, again, Monarch Season 1 was Godzilla focused. And whether you want to admit it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Kong is the other pillar of the Monsterverse. It's not just about Godzilla anymore. And I know some Godzilla fans hate to admit that, and they don't want to realize that, but that is the truth. I'm not saying it to be, stick Leslie or, poking the bear Leslie. I'm just speaking the facts, really.
Well,
at this point, there's Godzilla and Kong. They both are anchoring the Monsterverse. And it's only fitting that in Supernova, where Godzilla is going to get the focus, at least now on the small screen, Kong is going to get the focus.
I do hope there is a little bit of a role reversal in the movies, though. I do hope Godzilla, especially since SpaceGodzilla is the main monster, and it's not like Scar King, is an opposite of Kong.
Focus enemy.
Yeah, I hope it's reversed in this movie where Godzilla is more of the main star and Kong plays the support character.
He should.
Yeah, because again, Kong just had a big focus. Yeah, that was his movie for sure. Like 100%.
His story is over. That last shot, even though they don't come out and say it, basically he's King Kong now.
Yes,
he
100%.
got his kingdom. He got his posse. He got Shimo. Like, he's good.
Yeah,
there's nothing much more he can do except provide backup for Godzilla. That's how it should be.
But I love Skull Island in general. So that was, in terms of the Monsterverse movies, that's on one of my tops. I've ranked that one higher than most of the films. So I'm excited to go back to Skull Island and revisit some of those monsters. There's a chance we might even see the Kraken, which was part of the anime, the Skull Island anime, because there's definitely seems to be some kind of octopus or giant tentacle monster in the teaser, so that's cool.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm excited, man. And then not even just for season 2, what they also announced is that we're getting the prequel series or spinoff, where, in my opinion, the best part of Monarch season 1 was Kurt Russell's Wyatt Russell playing Kurt Russell, or, but all those flashback scenes to me carried that show and were the most interesting part of that show.
Without question.
So, yeah, I absolutely wanted more of that. So the fact we're getting a spinoff of just that, I can't wait to see what that's about. Now, whether that's going to be Godzilla focused or just they want to now go into more of their Monsterverse Titans, I'm all for it. Because again, I'm a sucker for that timeline. Said it multiple times on this show, on this channel. I just love that aesthetic. So I'm all for it. I think I'm actually more excited for the prequel than I am of season 2. But at the same time, it's Apple TV, and Apple TV really doesn't put out bad stuff. As much as people want to give the first season of Monarch a little shit for not having enough monster action, I thought the human action was good enough. Aside from, I think there was really 2 episodes of Monarch that I just thought were just complete filler or whatever.
Filler.
You could have just tossed them out and it wouldn't have really affected anything.
Absolutely.
But, hey, at the end of the day, we have Godzilla -0 coming. We have Monarch Season 2, a prequel to Monarch, Godzilla vs. Kong Supernova, a new anime. What else am I missing here? We got a shit ton of comic books. We have merchandise everywhere.
The lore.
If you have anything that you like or any brand that you like, there's a good chance that we're releasing Godzilla stuff right now. So
absolutely,
I can't think of a better time. I mean, the Monsterverse, whether you like it or not, has basically turned Godzilla into mainstream, almost like comic books at this point. Like when comic books.
Say it in the back so everybody can hear you. Say it again in the back so everybody can hear you.
The Monsterverse is responsible for Godzilla's resurgence. Okay? Like, there might even be a Shin 2. A Shin 2 might even happen. Because, you know what I mean? Like, but hey, Shin 2 is Shin was one of their most popular movies that kind of, so why not? You can make all these movies separate. They don't have to be the same. But before we wrap up, speaking of possible sequels, -0. Mm-hmm. What, if you could choose, do you want to see a new monster or do you want a classic? And if you want a classic, who do you want?
Hedorah.
Damn.
I want Hedorah.
Yeah. See, and that's why we do the show together.
Yamazaki directed Hedorah movie, or at least a movie where Yamazaki is doing it and Hedorah is the kaiju or the villain. Ooh, because he made Godzilla scary in minus one. You know.
Oh yeah.
So can you imagine what he can do with Hedorah? Like,
oh yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, he would. It would be terrifying, especially bring in all that like horror aspect of like your skin melting and stuff like that. Like when he flies by. Yeah, it could be absolutely brutal. Action Creature brings up there's a rumored Godzilla console game coming, but at the same time, Gigabash is freaking awesome. What Gigabash is doing with the Godzilla DLC, Ultraman DLC, and now they just released the Gamera DLC. It's a blast. Ray has been doing the beginner guides for them. They're fantastic. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, definitely check out the Kaiju Live gaming playlist on Kaiju Live. But but I'm with you, man. -0, I want Hedorah. I think that would be fucking awesome. And if it's not Hedorah, I want Anguirus, just for I just want my goodest boy back. Like if it's not Hedorah with some kind, because with everything that's going on in the world right now, climate change, all that kind of stuff, Hedorah just makes the most sense to rein in, modern, what's happening in modern society and tie it to that.
And everybody can relate to it.
Yeah, it's especially with all, a lot of the natural disasters that are happening. Like Hedorah could be awesome and even more terrifying because Godzilla -1 was, in a way, we've never really seen Godzilla so visceral. So I would love to see a character like that. But if not, Anguirus, I'll take Anguirus, just because I
agree with you on that, because we've seen Godzilla in -1 be really violent, like when he's like tearing through buildings, or like just the audacity. If you fire like a round at him, like he gets really, really pissed off. So the idea of that Godzilla fighting something else, like that fight should be just really brutal.
And then think about it too. How fucking crazy would this be if it is Hedorah? Because Godzilla regenerates. So like Godzilla will punch him, like, his arm will be bone, and then you see all of his stuff come back. And like even Hedorah would be like, what the fuck? How do I beat this guy?
Right.
Yeah. So it could be for some disgustingly awesome fight scenes. Yeah. I'm with you, man. I think Hedorah would be awesome.
Absolutely.
But you got anything before we go?
No, my dog's going crazy, but I just want to say, like, you know what, this was a really cool episode, first episode.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to diving. Yeah, looking forward to diving more into not just news, but I'm sure we'll talk about movies. I'm sure we'll clash on certain things. Can't wait for those discussions. Um, but yeah, this is really really fun for me and really really cool. And again, I'm just happy to be a part of the Kaiju Life family. Like I know I was, personally.
Yeah, but now you're officially.
But now I'm here. I'm
official. Yeah,
so,
not just the guest appearance every now and then.
Oh yeah. And Sandra said we need our shirts so we can rock them everywhere we go. So
yeah, no shirts and you want hats too?
I don't wear hats, but yeah, but I'll
you're wearing a hat right now.
Here. Well, you know what I'm talking about. I put on Godzilla here to hide his face, but yeah, but no. All jokes aside, I'm happy to be a part of Kaiju Live, officially be a part, and I can't wait to see where this show takes us. Fun.
We got
I know
we got a lot of big anniversaries this year, and we were talking earlier. Gamera 2, Gamera Barugon, and Gamera the Brave. I guess we'll put it in there. But
yeah,
Gamera 2, I cannot wait to have a full episode about that.
Absolutely. And thank everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. This is gonna be an every Wednesday night, unless something comes up and we both can't make it. But that is the game plan. This is What's New in Kaiju, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully we'll see you next week. And if you're a sports fan, 9 a.m. Saturday, we're covering the NFL playoffs. Let's go Bills. Yes, I know. Even though I'm a Jet fan, I said Bills because they play in fucking New York, and I'm a New Yorker. Okay. This is how my whole life's been, because the Jets never make the fucking playoffs. We suck.
Oh, my God.
But all right, everybody. Have a great night. And as always, like and subscribe. Be on the lookout for more content from Kaiju Live. Peace.
Peace.